We all went to bed last night hoping the Blue Jays would make their team better on the final day of the trade deadline, and boy, did they ever. The Blue Jays acquire right-handed pitcher Jose Berrios from the Minnesota Twins. In the exchange is where everyone is freaking out. Simeon Woods-Richardson goes back to the Minnesota Twins, and Austin Martin goes as well. And the Austin Martin part was a gut punch. When you get a good pitcher, you're going to have to give him a young prospect arm. That was basically for sure when it comes to Simeon Woods-Richardson. But seeing Austin Martin go is very tough for Jays fans, and including myself. It's not very fun to watch him go, especially the hype over last year, the hair with Bo Bichette. He was in the futures game. He shouldn't have dropped to us in the draft, and he did. But in the end, these guys are prospects. And Jose Berrios is great. You got to realize, guys, that this guy is phenomenal. Now, will Austin Martin be great in the big leagues? We think so. You don't know at all. We assume he's going to be good. We assume Simeon Woods-Richardson is going to be one of the ace pitchers of the staff in the future. But we don't know. That is what the word prospect means. Jays fans, I can go right back to 2015, where the Jays full-on unloaded their farm system for Tulowitzki, David Price, Josh Donaldson when the deal went down. How many of those players are actually in the big leagues right now? A couple? I know Matt Boyd's with the Tigers, and he's having a decent year, but he's been kind of all over the place over the course of his career. Daniel Norris never found his footing. Jeff Hoffman went from the Rockies. Now he's on the Reds and isn't really all that special. Miguel Castro's on the Mets and he's a decent reliever, but that's about it right now. That's it. And these guys were top 10 prospects for the Blue Jays back then. Daniel Norris was a top 5. Simeon, I understand. You know, we look at them now and we look at Simeon Woods, we look at Austin Martin. They are great players. They are going to be good players, I assume, come 2-3 years down the road. But we all hear about win now mode. The Jays are in win now mode. Did they overextend a bit? You might have had to get your guy. It was either that or they were going to take the Yankees offer, right? We don't know anything. We know nothing from behind the scenes. Fans are just so quick to say, fleeced, bad trade, terrible. But if they didn't make the trade and the Yankees made a trade, we'd all be like, where's Ross? Where's Mark? Why'd they fall apart here and not make this deal happen? I am ecstatic to have this beautiful... I printed a damn picture of the guy because I'm that excited to have him around. Not only for the rest of this season, for next year, and who knows, maybe they re-sign him in the offseason, right? Maybe they re-sign him next year and they have him long-term. Then the trade doesn't look maybe as bad. People are going to continue to say, though, well, you know, for Austin Martin and Woods-Richardson, that is a big haul. Agreed. 100% agree with you. But let me tell you some numbers about Mr. 27-year-old Jose Berrios. He has a 3.48 earned run average this season. He's run 121 and 2/3 innings pitched, 126 strikeouts, I can't write, a whip of 1.04. Yeah, those numbers are damn good. And his last couple outings haven't been great, so put that into perspective, how his numbers actually look over the 18 other starts that he had this season. Fantastic. Now, are you ready to hear his actual numbers for the entire career for this kid? Because they're kind of unbelievable. Well, not over the career, but since 2018, the last 3 seasons, Jose Berrios is second in the American League starting pitching in whip. He is third in earned run average, third in opponent's batting average, fourth in strikeout percentage. I like this one, second in strikeout to walk ratio. He is damn good. And I understand you had to trade Austin Martin and Woods-Richardson to get him, and it's a big haul. And if things don't pan out, he doesn't pitch great, or he doesn't stay around past next year, and you don't end up going very far, and they become great, yeah, it looks bad down the road. But you traded prospects for not only an MLB caliber player, but a damn good one at that. And I mean, aren't you jacked up to have this man on the Toronto Blue Jays? Because I am. Like, if anybody is angry, you're upset, more or less. You're upset that you had to move on from Woods-Richardson and Austin Martin, probably more than Woods-Richardson. But we have no idea what happened behind the scenes. We have absolutely no clue, right? They could have said, hey, the Red Sox offered us this. What do you think? You know, okay, we'll give you Groshans and Woods-Richardson. Nah, but they offered us this. We might have to go, and then you got to think to yourself, okay, well, if you do make that move, if you make that trade, does that deplete your farm system like Alex Anthopoulos did? No, it doesn't. Where does Austin Martin play? Well, we honestly don't know. Is he a third baseman? Is he a shortstop? Is he a second baseman? Is he a center fielder? We have no clue. But let's say he's an infielder. You have Jordan Groshans there, who's actually been putting up pretty good numbers there in Double-A New Hampshire this season. He's only, 21 years old. So you basically have that type of player right there. You know, obviously, you know, the numbers for Austin Martin, the swing and miss was really high. But it's his first season. You never really know what you're going to get. Another guy that people are, the common fan won't know, are Elvis Martinez, an A-ball. The guy is a freak. And he's like 18 years old. He's got like 17, 18 bombs in professional ball. You don't see that very often down in that level. He's hitting probably around 300. I haven't checked his numbers in a little while, but I know last time I checked it was 17 bombs. I mean, he's been phenomenal. And those are two guys in your system that really are kind of spitting images of Austin Martin. You know, yeah, you can tell, well, he was drafted 5th overall. He was supposed to go top. Just because he was drafted there doesn't mean he's going to be that tier player, especially in baseball. I mean, anybody who watches hockey and basketball, you more or less know what you're going to get in the top 5 of a draft. Baseball, the first overall pick could be an absolute dud. You don't know. He could get injured. He could just not be consistent. He could have massive holes in his game that eventually get exploited and he just can't get over it. That's why you move on from prospects. Ladies and gentlemen, before I wrap this thing up with another beautiful rendition of Jose Berrios, the way you build a baseball team is so, right? When Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro came in here, they were given this. They were given an old team with some some massive contracts, Russell Martin, Troy Tulowitzki, an expiring David Price, an aspiring Edwin, and an expiring what's his face, Jose Bautista, and then Donaldson was up at some point in time with no farm system. So it's not like you could have dealt those guys off for prospects and be good in a year. You wouldn't have been. It would have taken a long time to get through that. Right? And Jays fans would have killed them for it. And they did for quite a few years. You got to go through the tough times, build your farm system. At one point through like 17, 18, 19, where the Jays were not good, they had a top 3, 4, 5, at least top 5 farm system in all of baseball. They did a great job building that stock. Then that first wave of young guys come up. The Vladdy, the Cavan, the Bo. We saw that in 2019. We saw what they could do, but then you want to take that next step, okay? That next step is getting some free agent fish. You bring in Hyunjin Ryu last year, you know, and you kind of somewhat make the playoffs. You bring in a Robbie Ray at the deadline. Okay, good stuff. You go in the offseason, you're like, nah, big fish is George Springer. We're going to bring him into this team. And instantly you're like, wow, this team actually looks pretty good. And you've built those prospects up year after year after year, and those guys are getting to that point where they are pretty good-looking young players. So what do you do at that point? You've dished out some big money, you've got some big pieces, you have some holes in your team. At that point, where we're at right now, you trade some of those young players. Yes, I understand it was your top 2 players, blah, blah, whatever the case may be. You trade some of those top-tier players for some top-tier talent, and you go for it. No one can sit here and tell me the Red Sox got better this trade deadline. You know what? They did nothing. Oh, sorry, Kyle Schwarber. What does that do for them? Well, it gives them a left-handed bat. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. We know Kyle Schwarber's a power-hitting left-handed bat. Where's he going to play? Well, he's going to play first base. The guy's never played first base in his life, so good luck with that when you're going for a World Series. Okay, sure. Put him in the outfield. All right, well, your outfield is already clogged with some very good outfielders, and he's not the most athletic guy out there. Well, but the DH and then, where does JD Martinez play? Yeah. You're right. So what the heck they were thinking going after Schwarber is beyond me. They need pitching. They did not address that at all. You look at the Tampa Bay Rays, they added Nelson Cruz, which is nice. They traded their closer, Diego Castillo, which baffled me because Pete Fairbanks is on the IL. So why would you trade your closer? It doesn't make any sense to me. And the New York Yankees just go out there and say, we're going to get Joey Gallo. Sure, here's a million swing and miss to add to a lineup that already has a million swing and miss. And they get Anthony Rizzo. I like the Rizzo deal. I really like that Rizzo deal. But again, starting pitching's a problem. They just got lit up 14-0 against the Rays yesterday. And Garrett Cole was the one who got lit up. Who did they add? Maybe I think they added a reliever, I believe. That's it. The Blue Jays just added a possible ace, a 1A, a 1B, maybe a top-tier B player. You had a Brad Hand who can close from the left side, Romano from the right side. It's pretty fantastic. You have Corey Dickerson coming off the IL shortly. Nate Pearson should be coming back, hopefully, fairly soon, and he's probably going to hit the bullpen. This Jays team is going to look very different. And nobody in the American League East got significantly better. And what is the saying you hear in baseball all the time? Good pitching always beats good hitting. Always. Well, I would say always, but 90% of the time it does. So the Red Sox add a bat, the Yankees add 2 bats, and the Jays go out there and they add a closer, and they add a really good starting pitcher. You're telling me the Jays are not the team in the American League East that got better? They damn near did. And it is so fun because, and I'll say it for the last time in the video before I wrap it up, so we can watch Blue Jays Central and watch the hour portion of that, and then watch the Jays at Rogers Center. It's Toronto Blue Jay right there. At the very least, for a year and a half. He ain't a rental player. It's fantastic. What's up, Jose? See you in a Jays jersey very shortly there, pal. Tyler Chatwood got DFA'd so he could be on the Jays. The day can't get any better. You love it. Actually, it could be with the Jays beating the snot out of the Kansas City Royals. Wouldn't that be something? Speaking of the Jays and Royals, they first pitch is 7:07 at Rogers Center. That's so nice to say. That is so nice to say. Ross Stripling gets the ball for the Blue Jays in Game 1 of the highly anticipated July 30th game. The boys are back home. And they just acquired Jose Berrios. They have Brad Hand. Let's make this push, boys. Whether they don't make the playoffs this year, but let's make a push. Let's make it interesting here. And either way, you got a damn good team next year. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you are jacked up, though, of Jose Berrios on the Toronto Blue Jays, but are bummed about losing Woods-Richardson and Austin Martin, as myself, smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the Berrios trade. Did the Jays overpay? On paper right now, yeah, I mean, the way these prospects look, yes, but they're prospects. I'm going to continue to say that word because they haven't done squat in the big leagues. They have not done squat past the AA level. Period. So, with that being said, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the trade. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know why, both ways. And Twitter's down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there. If you've not done so already, I will talk to you guys. Jays edition tonight. Game 1 of the series against Kansas City Royals. Kansas City's won 8 of 9, so they've been playing some pretty good baseball lately. Let's end that stuff tonight. Ross Stripling gets the ball in Game 1 of that series. If I'm not mistaken, Manoah gets the Game 2 start tomorrow at Rogers Center. Oh, that's going to be a doozy. All right, and at some point shortly, he'll be making his Blue Jays debut. All right, so guys, where are we here? Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later tonight, Jays edition. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will talk to you guys tonight.